Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
I tell you, I watched Naked Attraction the other way. It was like a woman who transitioned to being a man, but hadn't got a dick yet. And I could not sleep until I seen the whole thing.
Are we rolling?
Yes.
This table's hectic. So it was a woman who... What?
So she transitioned. So the top half should become a dude.
Pecs, yeah.
Pecs, class shoulders, and then just a wee blurt. And I could not go to bed until I'd seen the whole thing.
What's the whole thing?
Like the blurt.
All right, okay. Chauvin?
I
I feel like everybody shaves their bush right down on that show and it looks sore. And you're like, just leave a bit of fluff on. It's only TV.
Exactly. Wax it 2 or 3 days before.
A week? What do you?
Aye, because if you shave it that day, that's when you get the chicken, the goose flesh.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Sort of.
And you know, it's not
cold day in a wet skin.
It's not a pair of pants, but it's his second best thing.
Aye. Do you like? What's your preference?
Vaginas? Yeah.
Yeah. Just anyone.
Big
yeah,
stuff.
I'm the same.
Love it. Do I like what? Bush? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's a bit of character, isn't it?
Aye.
I like bush if it's like deliberate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to pull a pair of pants back and be like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like a
you know,
fence.
you know when you'll see.
Or just long cash.
You'll see.
Long gash.
You'll see in the pornography films there. You know, someone's left the aggressive bush above anything above the entrance.
Yes.
You want the clear runway and then a bit of garnish at the
100%,
top.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not like
I'm happy enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something to tickle the nose.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Of course.
Cocaine.
Yes. It's good to be back.
Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. My guest today was supposed to be Aaron McCann, but he has a very important lunch with his sister. And I went, cool.
Was he home for a couple of days?
Don't ever. He came home for a second vaccine.
Gotcha.
But we'll talk about that later. But we've got somewhat of an upgrade today.
Oh, it depends what way you look at it.
Michelle de Bartlett
Bongiorno
is in the building. We're wearing shades because
why not?
it's too bright.
Aye.
Got lights going on here. It's very warm. It's not as warm as it was last week, but I did do a piss there that looked like orange juice, not from concentrate.
Uh-huh.
So we'll be sipping beverages the whole way through.
Yes. I did a piss that looked like just like steam,
Yeah?
but I think that's thrush.
Like an iron, just...
Yeah. Yes. Like, do you know when you open a new bottle of Coke, there's that wee bit at the top?
Yeah.
Like that.
A bit of fumes.
Yeah. I do.
Opened up my nose. Do you ever piss in a really cold area and it's like you're literally like keeping your head back because the steam's...
Yeah. I once pissed at a music festival and a fly landed on the tip of my dick right as I was
And you're
finishing
just
the
like,
piss. Yeah, I felt myself going, should I just try and catch it?
just roll the
Like
skin
roll
over
the
it.
skin back over it, and then I didn't have the balls. But it did happen to me. I remember.
You're done with the balls?
I was still young. I was still young at the time.
You didn't have the
Yeah, I
loose...
didn't have the
loose nuts.
the elasticity. I can't even say that.
Elasticity. Elasticity balls.
Uh-huh.
I famously was at Tenants Vital. Or was it Tenants Vital? The Foo Fighters were at the down in Boucher there. And they've got those men's toilets that's like 3 things facing each other
Yeah.
to save space. But the place was hiving with people, like, going to the toilet. And I was pissing up against this thing, just, you know, like, guy here, like, hello. And someone nudged me and I went forward and my dick hit the back of the toilet wall. So I've got everything.
I once...
I've got all the STDs.
I once was going out with a girl when we were at I can't even remember what it was, like a festival or something. And I was having a pee, just like we were blocking us a pee at a fence. And she went, "What's it feel like to hold your willy when you're pissing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She went, she went, "Can I hold your dick when you piss?"
You can out with this girl?
I was at the time,
Okay.
yeah. And I was drunk enough to go, aye. But then I tried to like hand her my willy and just piss in her fingers.
You hold that.
She laughed it off. Thank God it was a festival. I had wipes and all, it was good. But like,
it has to be like a steering wheel. You're like, you come to me.
aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Grab it. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. We've told this story before. Same thing happened to me at one big weekend in Dundee, where I couldn't queue for the toilet, and I was like, I'm gonna walk right to the back of the perimeter here against the, you know, like a tall wooden fence,
Aye.
and started pissing, and just out of nowhere, 2 fat Scottish birds just arrived beside me and say, "Stop leaving my taking a piss." And I was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Where am I supposed to turn the other way?" Just some guy leaning against the fence pissing. What's up? And she was rattling the floor like.
Oh man, there's nothing.
Do you know that fucking demon piss? The
Yeah.
girls are like
I once, yeah. I remember being at
kicking up the dirt.
being at Oxygen and seeing the same thing, like seeing a girl going for a piss. I was off my face and I was like, "Here, she's gonna go for a piss." And me and my friend looked, and now she was wearing like we weren't trying to see her parts. She was wearing like a big fucking poncho, but watching the trough of, it was like she was drilling for oil.
Yeah.
Just a steady stream
It's like when
and
they're trying to
sparks
excavate.
coming out,
Yeah,
and
like an
fucking Chilean
archaeologist.
miners coming out of it. Fucking, it was,
Yeah, like drilling for. Yeah, literally. Like when
it was like she went fucking destroy Alderaan and a big like planet killer.
rocking of piss. I wonder when they get that deep squat, does it accentuate the pressure?
I mean, maybe because I've shit outside and it definitely makes it fling out. Fling is the only way I can describe it. Fling out.
Like that gif of the baby just go.
Yeah, like a trebuchet.
I don't even know what that is.
Big catapult.
Oh, bro, someone's been watching History Channel.
Oh,
Our sponsors today are the OG sponsor, Manscaped.com. If you're going to piss in public, you want to have a clean piss pipe and a shorn bag.
exactly. You want to have a shaft that looks like a dolphin's back.
Correct. Or a fish's belly. Now it's
Well, a different colour from the top.
pale and so.
Bones in it.
Smells like mackerel.
Why would it smell like macro?
Sweat. Fucking, what was it said? Manscaped.com, and it's called Manscaped, Mick, you know this. But I'm sure it would do you for shaving your fucking blurt as well.
Aw.
You know what I mean? And if you listen to this podcast and you want to fucking hit the streets with this shorn pipe, what's the code now? Where's your microphone? It's half-assed operation around here.
What the fuck?
GenBamp1, you get 20% off, Mick.
That's fucking decent.
Oh, that's a fifth. And straight, it adds another fifth onto the pipe length as well if you take away
If you know what you're doing.
the most of the bushel there at the bottom. And that's it, GenBamp1, get 20% off. What's the other sponsor? I nearly said Beerscaped. Beerscaped. Beer52.com. I mean, there's not much to say other than if you use the code. What is the code? Banter. Banter. You get the first box free, Mike.
Class.
You just pay for delivery.
I just want to
That's
say
it.
to your sponsor, if you want to hit me up, I'll learn it and do it professionally.
Yeah, he'll read it and everything.
I also use both those products.
Well, the thing
Sometimes at the same time.
The thing is,
you know, when you cut short, but you've had 52 beer and you need a fucking
I
shore the bag.
I don't know where the 52 comes from. But use the code BANTER. They send the first one out for free. You only pay for postage. It's amazing.
That's class.
And you know what them beers are like?
Actually, I
You know, they'll be like,
actually
oh, that's an oatmeal stout. 24%.
Aye.
You know, you're hammered.
Fucking
It's like
middle.
the size of a tin of Coke and you're like in rehab the next day.
That's exactly what I'm after.
It's good stuff.
I'm sick of drinking too much. I want to just drink just enough, but I'll still be blocked.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what it's all about.
Very important.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Excuse me.
We hit that well.
That took me by surprise.
Let me just plug in the old. I forgot to do this at the start. Can we jump in with this? Can we jump in with it? Yeah. Class. We'll start today off with a clip. Belfast at its finest. Now, of course, I'm not connected. You've some editing to do here now. We'll attach to the old Roadcaster. What a professional! Do you hook everything up before?
Man, I have
you're
no clue.
recording? Yeah.
There's two other people that I'm trying to start my own podcast, and I'm like, can I borrow the thing that I paid for, and can you also show me how to use it, Connor, please?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nightmare. But anyway, check out this guy in Belfast. Ready? Why is it not working?
Hear me? Just do you. Show us the way you dance again now. What the fuck it says you? Dance! Dance like there's nobody watching. Come on. Did it. Oh my god! That's but hear me. Can you do that? Fuck up then. Go away. He's stealing your fucking place. Paper fucking liquor.
It's a beautiful thing, like.
Now, to be honest, that's quite a friendly reaction from Belfast.
Aye.
Normally that guy would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think the sweetest bit is when he goes, the fucking says you. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. Like, what's that guy doing? Just getting plastered.
Aye, just tops off drunk at Victoria Square.
Yeah. Telling his mates, oh, he's fucking sitting there having a few beer.
Don't put this in Snapchat, she'll know I'm out. Fucking,
I'm supposed to be at
I'm
work.
supposed to be fucking driving a phone cab. Fuck. Fuck that, mate. That's the day. That's the sun's out.
I'm a cameraman for value caps.
Hear me? Just do you. Show us the way you dance again there.
So patronising. Do we fucking dance again there?
Guess a wee spin.
So Belfast to be like, your life's a mess, but you manage to, make someone else who's trying feel like shit. Do your wee weightliftings and all there, you fucking...
do that wee thing where you look like an actual superhero.
Here, Van Morrison, do your wee sing-songs. Force not... like, just no matter who it is.
Here, Van, do light up. No, it's not what's wrong. Can't he fuck you in?
Shit.
Take your top off, relax.
The fucking says you.
What the fuck it says you? Dance!
Dance! Someone who's a date, like Mark Blair or something. You know that guy? Makes like dance tunes. He needs to get that sample and just go, dance! Dance like nobody's watching! And then just jump into some fucking... Can you do that?
And fuck up.
Fucking. Says that cunt! Dance!
Nobody watching. One. Did it. Oh my god!
Guy's out of his mind.
I wouldn't do. See, if I could fucking, if I could do backflips like that, I wouldn't walk anywhere.
No.
Like
you wouldn't pay into any fucking train in the
Oh,
country.
definitely not. Like,
I love that.
I'm just coming out of a Chinese, 2 bags of fucking half and halves.
in your car that's not a convertible. Just break your legs. I love this guy's doing some sort of preaching over there, and he's like, "Can you do that?" And fuck up.
It's amazing.
Can you do that? Tell me about the word of Christ. I don't think so. Useless bastard. Amazing.
It's one of the best videos I've seen out of Belfast in a long time. Because usually somebody would do that and then he'd get his fuck kicked in.
I mean, just a beautiful
Very
sample
graceful,
of Belfast. I mean, what does this guy do? Just does backflips and shit. Is that? Oh, he's like a powerlifter, is he?
He's tremendous.
You do your wee weightlifting, sir, kid. Stay strong.
Get yourself a wee PB and J. Fuck
265k for 10 reps. What's he doing? Just squatting. And obviously it won't play. Look at that. That's big weight there. So it is.
Fucking hell. Makes your bar look like rubber, mate.
Oh. That's a lot of fucking reps. So yeah, I don't know what this guy does. He's what does it say at the top? Weightlifter, powerlifter, and tricker from Ireland. So he's from here. Big Clarence. I'm surprised he didn't get his name. What's your name?
What's your name,
What's
mate?
your name, bud? Clarence?
You fucking pressing. Fuck that.
I'm not too keen now. To be honest.
Stop. You're not just Mark's like a normal one, though.
Give him a wee twirly stick and all.
Fucking
Stick him up in front of the
pants. If you
pants.
were the 12, I'd go myself, mate.
He fucking loves that. No, give him the wee fucking. Put 2 tennis balls on a fucking broom shaft and bit of tape round it. No, he fucking.
But can you do it and play a flute? Can you?
He loves.
No. Alright, well, fuck up, man.
Just the effort involved in that. Just the breathing.
He dropped it, dickhead.
Spot all over myself.
It's a very beautiful video, I have to say.
Anyway, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible times. Clarence, good on yourself. 200,000 followers. Fuck me.
I had a weird. This is just talking about fucking value cabs. I know that's been a weird one. I had a bit about
I
it.
cut last week's clip out.
See, that's the thing, right? So I had an idea for a bit about it, and I was standing outside a gig in Derry. I was telling one of my mates. I was just sort of running through. I might do this bit. I don't know, right? And then another guy didn't really know what was going on. He was like, "What was the crack?" And we gave him like a very short kind of. There's a video going about with this couple, and we're doing a bit of stuff in the back of a taxi, and a bit of fingering, bit of stuff. And the guy was like, right. So I'm going through the bit again, and then my mate went, "Man, I don't know if you can do it because like a girl ended up in the hospital." And the fella who wasn't really paying attention just went, "Fuck me, I beg your cunt's finger." Might have to cut that out too, but it was just a fucking hell.
Like, yeah, I mean, I was saying on the old Patreon podcast yesterday, I was like, there's a lot of things going on, probably some sort of responsibility to maybe not be at that as an adult in a taxi.
Yeah.
I was more like, put your belt on.
Aye.
Do you know, the driver should have been like, get the fucking on that there, get your belt on.
I've seen a lot of people being like, if they lit up a fag in the back of that taxi,
that's
you'd
what I'm
kick them
saying.
out. Like, yeah.
I got in a taxi one time and I had a fucking kebab and I hadn't even opened it yet, and the guy was like, that fucking stinks.
Aye.
That stinks. And he put it in a bag and put it in the boot.
Aye.
He's like, fucking look, I don't charge you a valet fee for
Aye. Should have put them two in the boot.
I know. Actual kebab. Get in this bag and get in the boot there.
Rack up. Fucking help yourselves.
Take that Febreze.
I heard, has the driver been taken to court though for...
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... I would imagine it happens all the fucking time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not to that extent, maybe in broad daylight, but I reckon
I've been fingered in a taxi loads of times.
all those cameras inside and all. I'm sure on a weekly basis, drivers are like, there's two fucking
Aye.
going at it there in the back of the thing. I'm sure it happens every week.
Oh, it's bound to, like.
But it was that's why I think
Because
everyone,
riding's like pissing. Sometimes you can't wait to get home.
yeah, sometimes you have to do it in your hat. But like, fucking, what was I gonna say? Forget now. What did you just say there?
Riding's like pissing. I'm gonna go back. Now do the minutes, sir.
Do the minutes.
Oh, you fucking.
I had a good point to make. Forget now.
But the driver being in court.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Because everyone was talking about it and it was massively graphic. Mm-hmm. There's part of you thinking, maybe that's like it was so confident that you're like, well, obviously they don't mind who sees this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's almost like, this is our thing. We fucking go for
It's
it.
like
in
a wee
public.
bit. Yeah.
Like it wasn't like sneaky private moment. It was.
It
She
wasn't
was
even
literally-
back-
It looked like she was performing for the fucking camera. Like
You would do it behind his seat if you're not pro.
you would book a 7-seater
Aye.
and you would limp to the taxi,
Yeah.
pretend there's something wrong with you. But you have another leg. It does.
I was wrong. You have a wild beard.
Be dragging this fucking turgid pipe around all
Fucking skinny
afternoon.
jeans and a thick duck.
I can't. What's the other one?
Yeah, and there's no one
Put him in the car.
You don't bring me flowers.
What? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Going over a wall and hitting the fucking classroom of school kids whilst getting sucked.
Aye. The dead in this vehicle. Said the one using the other one like a ventriloquist. Don't we did the damage?
The one wearing the other one like an oven mitt. Do you think if the guy was just getting fully gawked off, everyone would have been like, fair play?
No, I think because she's a quite a good looking woman. The guy's like, "Where do you fucking see this?" Because apparently he sent it to his mate.
Do you
And
think
then
there's
his
a bunch
mates
of
spread it?
fucking swamp dunk? Well, of course.
Yeah.
You don't send anything to your mate.
Oh, aye.
You fucking text me something, I screenshot it, send it to
I'm
someone else.
in several WhatsApp groups I wish I'd never even fucking been invited to.
Yeah, like Paddy McDonald, enough with the snuff videos. Do you know what I mean? The guy's just like, what was the one he said? Like, oh, don't watch this if you're easily sick.
Oh no, squeamish.
Nobody wrote it like that.
Aye.
If you're easily sick, and I'm like, easily sick is like, I don't like cheese or shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh fuck, don't show me. Or you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a bit weird. Well, like, oh, don't scrape your nails.
Aye.
Oh, fuck,
Don't
show
bite
me
a
that.
jumper.
Not a woman getting knifed to death.
Aye.
On CCTV.
We were doing a gig, so I've muted all WhatsApp groups because I'm like, no, your phone's just going mental.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like at the one we were in, and then I went into the other one, and I'm watching the video, and the first bit of it's a couple riding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's cold, right? And then all of a sudden, fucking full-blown murder.
Yeah.
And then I had to be like, fuck, Mark McCartney, everybody. Fucking
Where was that?
the boneyard.
Oh my god.
But then that night, because I'm living on my own, I was fucking, I went to bed with a samurai sword. I was like, somebody just break in here and stab me. Literally lay in bed with a weapon.
I'm scared. And then you trip and fall and
Kill himself, yeah.
put it through your belly like a
Well, I still had
sacrifice.
it on the sheath.
I'm sure you did.
The scabbard.
And I know. I know that you have more than one katana.
Oh, I've got them hidden around the house now just in case somebody breaks in.
Hold on.
I say around the house. I live in a one-bedroom flat. I'm just wearing them. Just in my pants.
Kimono, full fucking katana. Is that what you call it?
I call it Jeremy.
Katana.
Katana A, Katan B.
Not a great. I'm so giddy. I'm so tired. Not a great weapon for a house fight, is it? For a house invasion?
Nah, it's essentially
Through the roof.
Aye, it's a
It's
big
stuck in the
and
plaster.
It's also not sharp, just a big butter knife.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to do 12 rounds at once? And make the sandwiches.
King. What is the best weapon apart from a shotgun? I bought a military grade torch.
Nice.
You know, like that's supposed to be like on the top of a fucking.
Lighthouse.
And like literally you click it and it's like a fucking ding. Everything lights up.
Aye.
So that I was like, if I could leave up beside the bed, you know, and hear a bit of a noise, creep down the house, turn the light on. It's like fucking someone put their full beams
Aye.
on in your face, you know, and then I just attack them naked.
Yeah.
You know, fucking.
Why are they naked?
You tell me what's scarier than that. You with a katana.
I'll tell you what's going on. I went in
Are
a
my tits and dick coming at you?
I went in an escape room. I've told this in a different podcast. I'll tell it again. Me and my girlfriend went to an escape room down beside fucking KFC in Shaftesbury Square, right? So it's a Conjuring.
I was about to say KFC is not an escape room.
But it was a Conjuring themed one, right? So we're like hungover as fuck. She was booking it in the morning, and I went,
That's a nightmare.
Exactly. I was like, do the Conjuring one because that'll be scary. And she said the words, "You're a F word that is a homophobic slur."
Yeah.
And I, homophobic slur? I don't like a pink one.
Homophobic slur. Give me in the pink glass, none of that fucking gay flute shit.
Put fucking vac in it. But long story short, we get through the sort of first room, go into the second room. Nothing had jumped out, so I started to relax. So I was hungover and a wee bit paranoid anyway.
That's how they get you.
I started to relax. Then a note came under the door, and my girlfriend's like, "Oh, that's a clue for the last room." So we run into the thing, and there's a guy in the corner dressed up as the fucking nun from the Conjuring movies, right? So she's like, "Oh my god, there's a man there. I don't know if it's real. Don't know if it's fake." And the light starts strobing, and he turned his head and looked at me, and I was like, "It's fucking real," right? Now, knowing full well it was just a wee actor in a costume, right? I'm trying to do this thing with a clock, and every time the lights went black, he just got closer. So well done. I'd like definitely go do it because it was well enough done. I didn't see him move, but the closer he got, I started going, "Mate, we get it, ha ha, very funny, very scary." Kicked him, and I just kicked him, just booted him in the chest.
Like really? This is Sparta. You could reach his chest.
I kicked him, yeah, but it was a rangefinder. Only used the weak leg, so it was one of those going. I've tapped you in the chest there.
All right, Anderson.
But the right's coming, right? And my girlfriend was going, "In fairness, you did tell him," because I was that freaked out. She says I was going, "I'm going to fucking kick you. I'm going to kick you," and then I did, and I ended up. I just tapped out of the escape room. I went, "Listen, I just want to go home now," because that.
But even the ghost would
would
know that it's COVID.
Well, that was the thing. That's what Mrs. She was like, they're not going to touch you because of COVID, and I was like, he was still freaking me out. Still scaring the fuck out of me. And then I went to bed that night, and I looked up at the skylight, and I could fucking see the nun just staring through the window at me.
True. Like, I mean, I haven't opened my eyes in a ghost train my entire life. You know, just sat there like, and a bit of that cold like spit, which is just someone quaffing in your face.
It's the mummy.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. The scariest one I ever was on, was in Butlins on a football trip, and there was a ghost.
Having a Catholic jump out at you?
No, it was fucking.
Do you want me to clean your windows? Oh,
but I don't know why. There was something going on in Butlins, like a tournament. Anyway, some sort of child trafficking thing. I don't know.
Oh, I got Butlins confused with Bundoran there. Sorry, all those jokes made sense in my head.
All right, okay. Jesus, dub that over now, would you?
Yeah. Bundoran.
No, but I just remember on the way in, I had seen a shite in a condom. So I burped. So someone had a full lion bar shite in a condom, and I was traumatized from the shite in the condom. Just like just on the whole way around in the ghost train, like
just thinking, how do you do it?
What the fuck was that?
Because that just shows you, like, to successfully do that, depending on how healthy the person would be, you'd have to flick a condom out like you're putting a bag in a bin.
Yeah. Yeah. Tough.
Yeah.
Or do you put it on inside out, grab it, pull it back over?
That would make more sense. But or do you get your mate to hold the condom around, like you're filling up a water balloon, like around your hole, and then pipe and then shit into it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Fascinating. I've never encountered that.
Yeah. But honestly, I was like fucking 1,000 yards there for like the rest of the day.
Aye. So one time I saw my dick in a condom, terrifying. Yeah. Never again.
Yuck. Yuck.
Absolute waste.
It's
waste of vantage.
It's just the worst. I mean, it is the worst.
Aye. There's nothing prepares you for seeing a shite where you're not expecting to see a shite.
True.
Ever.
It's like the time I was at the circus when I worked there. No, when I was in a Portaloo at a circus when I was a kid. A lot of traumatizing shite stories when I was a kid. And I opened the door of this Portaloo, and it was back before, you know, now you shite on a shelf, the presentation shelf, where you get, is that all right for you?
And you
clunk it down. This was just a big fucking blue pool of bleach, basically, with a lot of shits floating in it still. But there was a fucking gravy ring donut and a shite that looked nearly the same, kind of bobbing up and down beside each other. And you're like, imagine, like, I bet you the guy went to stick in his hand to take a piss and was like, just seeing the shit that looked like the fucking donut. I was like, fuck that.
That's enough of that.
Turfed it in.
Yeah. Or he ate it without chewing, just fired it right out.
I don't know.
Could have been just a flume.
Sugar on it, like.
Yeah. I remember being in Cork one time and just seeing, like, just a shitty pair of pants, but then a shite on a wall.
Like that dog that fucking did the handstand and shit in the window. You see that?
No.
There's like a chihuahua did the handstand. and shot it. I'll have to get it. Like shot against the wall. You okay now? You alright? I was looking up how to paint PVC windows last night. Yeah! My life be like, whoa. Let me see. Dog, handstand, shit.
Pornhub Go.
Yeah, that dude on fucking Instagram keeps sending me the fucking the e-fucked links.
What's that?
It's a website with just like really fucked up porn. No, I didn't expect.
What, like boy girl? No?
I didn't expect there to be so many. Yeah. And that guy's just doing a handstand. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
For a pug, like pugs can't do.
Here, can you do that? Fuck up, Ben.
How the fuck does
Do your wee dance, mate.
the more I look at it, the more. The more I look at that, the more I think, is that how they're supposed to be? It looks like a chicken with no head.
Having a shit that looks like a dog.
Man, it's the amount of piss that's fucking blowing me away.
That dog's been lying there all night.
Is he trying to write a word? Maybe he's cry for help. Look at that stink up close, man. It's like a bullet wound. I mean, how long is this? Oh my god, bro. Maybe he's just eating a piss so bad that his bladder's fucking
Aye, that's definitely
holding him up.
fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Like, he should be getting skinnier. Oh, 3 seconds.
He has no regard for his own fate there. He's pissing everywhere.
Fucking
There's
hell.
more piss come out than there was dog there. Oh my fucking days.
You need to dub that over with that fucking guy from Belfast. That's amazing.
Dance!
Do your wee dance. What the fuck says he?
Can you do that? Then fuck up. Handstand. Oh wait, shit. Window. Yeah, there's definitely one taking a shite against the window.
Was it a Vine or maybe a TikTok? There's a guy that like runs into a lake and shits mid-air.
Of all the spots, like. Dog shitting in the ocean, is this it? The dog shit?
It's a guy.
It's just launching fucking cigars out of its ass.
Cigars.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, there's a video I'd seen of a guy running, jumping into a lake, and as he jumps, he just fires a massive shit.
That's incredible.
Oh God.
Why is it? I mean, it's so juvenile, but it's the funniest shit of all time.
There's nothing funnier, like. Oh, like a well-timed fart will get me over the best stand-up special of all time.
Oh,
I swear to God.
If Dave Chappelle started farting into the
my
mic,
God.
he'd be the goat, like.
There's nothing fucking.
I was furious.
It has to be that fart, like.
Yeah. I loved in the Ali G movie when they're building something and they're like, we'd be on it if you would lay a brick. And he pulls his cock down and they do it so well because it's not like comical, like
Aye.
it just goes. It does a wee butt quaff. Fucking hell, where do you go after that? Like,
Even like, do you know what? That situation if you're in a public toilet and somebody's having just a horrible time.
yeah,
I'll be in the cube laughing.
I used
like,
to do
fully.
material about it, like, but I don't know what it is about airports where people just like. My joke was like,
you can't.
I was like, I've had 2 kebabs and 14 Stella. I was like, oh, better book a flight to Amsterdam because you're like literally in there and someone's just dying next
It's like
door.
they've weighed their luggage then weighed themselves and going, I gotta get rid of some of that.
I'm not throwing a jumper away. It's a disaster. And fucking Oh, this thing. But like, yeah, and somehow like your body knows you're traveling. It'll either just not shit, or you'll be like, why am I doing the murkiest shit of all time today, of all days?
Aye.
Oh, it's brutal. Like, but I always talk about it, that time in fucking Glasgow train station. With it, like, it honestly looked like someone fucking tied a bucket of shit to a grenade and threw it into the cubicle.
Not paying the 50p, fuck that.
But I swear to God, I was just like, what did you do? A handstand? With diarrhea? It was like up, it was like up the toilet and up the wall.
Fucking hell.
It's like and then the other day, where was it, coming out of Lavery's around the side of Botanic, around the side of the Empire, there was just like a human shit and a towel with shite all over it. My life be like, ooh.
Aye.
Fuck.
Have you ever shit yourself? No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, not really. I've definitely thought I was going to have to.
I've been close, like.
But nah, I've never done it. The closest calls I've ever had were like where I went and took a shit just for precautionary reasons, and shit my brains out and went, Jesus Christ, imagine I'd have got on this bus or like get in the car, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it like gigging or something where you're like, right, I'm genuinely worried about how I'm gonna get on?
Yeah. I remember like I was doing support for Kilty. So when was that, like 2012 or something? But
That would give you diarrhea.
yeah, the night before I was drinking Guinness with my dad. And do you know when you've had like just a feed of fucking drinks and you get that weird just beer hunger?
Yeah.
And basically I basically had like a full block of jalapeno cheese.
That's why we both look the way we do.
Exactly, at Donald's.
Nice.
But it was like a full block of spicy cheese. And all the next day was just like, the kind of like, I can't make it from here to there. I'm going to be shitting. Like, it's going to be... And I'd shit my brains out right up to about to go on stage. Was standing backstage like, fuck, I'm starting to sweat again. This is getting mental. And I was going on and bringing Diarmuid Core on. I was doing 15, he was doing 20, and I was doing 5 at the end. Diarmuid brought me on with the backstage mic and it wasn't turned on. And I was like, I don't have time for you to figure that out, and just walked out cold. Yeah. Because it was like, I can hold this in for 7.5 minutes and then I'll shit the whole way through your set. Yeah. And it was terrible. It's and scary. And then, again, once the gig was finished, I stopped shitting. The diarrhea left, but all day that day was...
That's it. Tom the Bear said to me one time, he's like, you could be fucking shitting your brains out, like throwing up, doing everything. Yeah. And then the second you have to do a gig, your body will just go, shoo.
Yeah,
just like,
we'll keep that for now.
But you see, I don't understand what this thing is about. Like, you know, in your brain, you're like, oh man, what if I need to shit myself on stage? Just go to the toilet. Like, it's that, you know, you think in your head, you're like, show must go on and all, and you're like, nah, if you just went, guys, I'm gonna shit, it'd be hilarious. And you're just like, I'm gonna shit myself.
I had one time to gig in McHugh's, like in Boston for a piss, and the toilets were behind the stage. So the MC had brought someone on to do 7, they ended up doing 15. So I'm now needing a piss for a full half an hour. And I thought, right, I'll get on stage, it'll be grand, it'll just go away. Yeah. And 5 minutes into my set, just stopped the whole gig and went, I'm going for a piss, I need to.
Take the mic with you?
I just put the mic back in the stand, ran out the back, and I needed to piss so bad. When I took my dick out, the piss came past my head like that. Like, I was essentially pissing before I was aiming.
Yeah. Who's aiming?
Fell drinks piss. No, I'm aiming McHugh. No. Yeah, I remember going like...
There's nothing... It's nearly worse to need a piss than to need a shit, I think. Yeah. Because the shit's just like a burden. The piss is like sharp.
This agony.
Yeah. I always remember that one time coming from Derry, and I was hungover and drank like fucking ton of juice and all before I got on the bus. And I needed to piss so bad that when I got the piss finally, my body wouldn't piss.
Yeah, like, that's a weird thing. That's fucking terrifying.
I was gripping it so hard that it was like, go on, piss. Piss. And your dick is like dead. Whatever clamp goes on behind that.
You get like, a weird semi. Did you ever get that?
Well, just at the bottom.
So bad your dick's all...
Just at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that show on Netflix, the guy with the big fat cock?
I saw the clip.
Yeah, what do you think?
Outrageous.
Think it's real?
Yeah, it is real. Google it.
Is it though?
Yeah.
What did you find out?
He's like, no, that's my real cock.
Yeah, but whatever. That's, you know.
Yeah, he was just like, I have no problem getting my dick out, and nor would I have a dick like that. Fucking hell, I have a problem keeping it in. If I had a dick like that, I would not own jeans.
I would. The problem I would have is like, why am I working?
Yeah.
Come around my house,
film this,
throw money. But like, is it though? I just thought it looked weird. It looked a weird color, and it looked a weird.
And yeah, and that's I had to watch it twice. Don't get me wrong. Initially, I was going, it's not a fucking real dick.
But why? You know, like, is that would be one of the biggest soft dicks you've ever seen?
Oh yeah, 100%. That must be a world record breaker. Like,
yeah, it's fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Like, you've watched porn, and you'll see a guy who is a massive. There's a few proportion things going on where you're like, a guy looks like he's got a fucking major pipe.
Aye,
Is probably 5'6" and very slim, because that's
Yeah.
what they use for porn. It
Yeah.
looks more impressive to be like,
aye.
it's like a girl
There's
with
a
big
difference.
tits. If you were like 5'10", whatever, with big tits, you're like, oh, whatever. But if you were like tiny,
Yeah.
with big tits, it's way more impressive.
Yeah.
I think there's a proportion thing going on there. Because even if you were like fucking,
But then I don't know. Is it one of those dicks where like when it gets hard, does it still hang there? Is it just like it just gets hard?
that was my
or does it
that was
give it
my
a fucking? Because I don't know how you would lift it.
That was my issue. I was like, it looks like a raging boner pointed down.
Yeah.
That's what.
Maybe you whip one up. Do you know what I mean?
Everything's a whip.
He might have just given.
Everything's a
another-
whip with that guy.
Yeah, you're fucking right.
But why is it? Why does it not look like a Swiss roll in his pants when he's like standing on a red carpet or something?
Oh, see, I didn't do any of that checking. I didn't look at.
That was
kind of like,
my. I was like, you couldn't hide a dick like that anywer.
unless you're wearing like FUBU jeans, like old school.
But he's wearing like a fucking tux and then
Aye.
a pair of Rockaware jeans just to hide it. But you know what I mean? He'd be standing on a red carpet,
Right, no, it
literally.
did look.
with-
It did. When you think about it, it did look like a hard dick. The pointed down. You're right. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I would love it to be real. I said this last week.
Yeah.
I wish it's real, but it would be such. It would be.
How
good.
many weeks have you been talking about this?
I've just finally found the bravery to talk about it
Aye.
out loud.
It's the
keeping me
first.
up at
It's
night.
the first time I've been sitting like 'cause I watched it with my girlfriend. It's the first time I've been sitting beside a woman, seen a dick, and went, "Don't you fucking dare look at that."
Look away.
Yeah, this is for me.
Yeah.
Look, mate, you saw some pipe.
Some paper on you.
There's some fucking length. You have your toes infected. That's on his toe. It's his helmet.
It's you know, like, you're also gonna have to find, you know, the receptacle for that thing,
Aye.
which you need.
That's
to
the
do a
thing. You
bit of
start
shopping.
going, so you fucking no woman's gonna want a dick that big. That's too big. Like it's fucking. That's too bad. Hurt you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
You know, you're having to hold the bottom of it yourself.
No. And doesn't have a bottom. It's just all middle.
Let me pull out my shaft. Was there a period of time where they were sending like just close-ups of your dick skin into that grip? No, or is that just me and Dave?
It might have. I don't know if I got involved in that one.
You would just be like arm or cock.
There was a point where I had the same problem she and Todd had before he got circumcised. So I was like, I'm not showing anybody my dick skin because it was all sore.
Got circumcised. I believe it glides into a man's anus a bit better.
I'm down to know if he's had either a wank or a ride yet. I keep asking him. He hasn't taken
Text
it
him.
out.
Ring him.
We should. I've it on airplane mode here. Didn't want to, in case the bit of start.
Tell me this. You've been bucking her. I mean,
Like, I don't want to ask him because I think it'd be rude. He's a married man. There's no point in me. Do you know what's rude? Well, he's just texting me here, mate. Just done a bit of bucking.
just finished blasting loads.
Because I don't know. Where was I watching the thing? It was Tom Segura was talking about it when he got a vasectomy. They're sort of like, listen, try not to bust nuts.
Today.
Yeah, for like 10 days or 2 weeks, or
That would be me, by the way.
you'd have to do it that night.
I would just get home and be like, looks good to me.
Aye. What's the longest you think you've went without blowing a load? Since you've started blowing loads?
12 hours, maybe?
Yeah, I remember one time going 3 days and being like, fuck, I haven't had a wank in 3 days.
No, I don't know what it was, but it was probably about 10 days.
Yeah.
But it was like a trip, but it was a teenager, like.
Aye.
But it was quite a long time. And then I got home, fucking levitated. It's like fucking Iron Man.
Friday. Aye. Crossing streams.
Ghostbusters.
Fucking right. Ghost nutters.
Not
Nut busters would have been way more sense.
busters. Yeah, fuck.
Fucking hell, Mick. Come on, think, man.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Just give us a quick rundown on where you are at with the conspiracy theories right now. In a nutshell,
Having a fucking notion.
is it run wild?
It's I don't know. It's kind of
Are you getting? Have you been vaxxed?
not yet.
You getting it?
Like I've said, I will when I have to go traveling and stuff. Yeah, but at the minute I'm not against it. Like I think a lot of people think we're flat earth anti-vaxxers. I've had people throw that shit at me and I'm like, I'm fucking not. I'm just a wee bit like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So until it's an actual requirement, which it looks like it's going to be to get in anywhere.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just getting a wee bit like, it's just getting fucking mad. I think the stuff that's going on at the minute with vaccine passports, and I was reading a thing or heard a thing on the radio yesterday about the South, where you have to prove you've been double vaccinated or have a letter to say that you're about to get vaccinated to get into a restaurant. And I'm a bit like, well, it's either fucking be vaccinated or don't be. Why do you have to like an MOT you've had booked?
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's like they keep coming up with these fucking shitty rules. They've done it the whole time.
Yeah.
Where they make up these slightly contradictory, like, bullshit things where you're like, why the fuck are you making me do this? They're gonna keep doing that. It's happening with like performances or entertainment or anything. Everything, you know, like, oh, you have to have a meal. You have to have a fucking pizza that everyone's gonna touch, and that's gonna fucking stop COVID going about. It's such horseshit.
Like, I think the idea of like trying to get to zero COVID is never gonna happen.
Near that, I think it's in the mix now, the way the flu is and the cold is and norovirus and all that shit.
Yeah.
You're going to still be able to get it forever, probably.
Yeah.
Which is probably why you should get vaccinated.
Yeah. But I think it's like,
because you do it for the flu and all that other bullshit.
Yeah. But I've been kind of like, I'm obviously like, it's not even a secret that I'm like, this lockdown shit doesn't make sense to me. But I heard a thing that the CDC have come out apparently and said like the PCR tests, we can't tell the difference between COVID and like any other coronavirus, which is any other cold or flu virus. And again, the tinfoil hat crowd have been going, we've been telling you that from the fucking start and you weren't listening. So
that they're just detecting whether or not you're sick.
Yeah, it's like for them to pick up COVID apparently, and I don't understand. So if anybody's, don't write in the comments, you're full of shit, or like they basically have to like upcycle the tests by so many times to find enough virus in it. So which is why they can say you can have it, not be sick, and transmit it without getting. So basically, you'd be walking with COVID, but not enough to make you ill.
Yeah.
So you still go down as a positive case and still have to isolate and all that sort of stuff, but you never had enough to be ill or transmit it. And now they're going, we can't even fucking tell if you've had it or not. But the CDC have been changing back and forward constantly, like the whole way through it. So
but something's going on.
There's something going on. Like
there's people going like, you know, I mean, there's people having cancer fucking operations moved because the fucking place is full of people, and the reason it's full of people is because people are out doing whatever they want now, and a lot of them aren't like vaccinated.
But then I don't know what to.
So it does.
Yeah, but I don't know what the crack is with it because
it does affect more people, like on the big numbers game.
But it's a weird thing where you kind of go like my sort of, and again, I don't understand any of it. Don't claim to be an expert, but like cancer is 100% deadly if you don't get treatment. COVID is 99 point something percent survivable if you don't get treatment. Yet they're prioritizing COVID.
Yeah,
it's literally not as serious a disease. So I'm like, what's the deal here?
But it's
in
a lot of cases it's not like, you know, a lot of cancer is discovered and it's a process to get it, whatever. COVID could be like, oh, I've got this, oh, I can't breathe, I'm in hospital, I'm dead. Like in the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
There are some cancer cases like that are really far gone and people are really ill or something.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more immediate. I mean, that's why they were talking about the fucking swine flu thing, which kicked off in China back in the day.
Aye.
And it was like 24 hours and you were dead.
Oh yeah.
So they
with Ebola and all that
they
sort of stuff,
contained it way quicker.
Yeah.
It didn't get out of China or whatever the fuck it was at the time. So yeah, it's that weird drawn out thing with COVID that allows it to go fucking everywhere.
Aye. It's just fuck. I don't know. It's my thing is like it just feels like everybody's like, I don't have a side. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not even really a conspiracy theorist. I think they're interesting. I think there's some fucked up shit happening, and then I'm just looking at people immediately go, that's your fault, that's your fault. And I'm like, this doesn't solve anything. I'm trying to be a hippie. That's what I'm saying to you. Buddhist, maybe. Vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Hare
Krishna?
Not too bad. How's Krishna?
Yeah, it's such fucking
just
murky
like,
water.
And there's
I also think like if there's which there is a legit pandemic and they're legit trying to wipe it out.
Yeah.
For the most part, they have to track it somehow. Otherwise, you just walk around and be like, You know, do you have the vaccine? You go, oh,
Aye.
you know, there has
Well,
to
yeah,
be, there has to be.
I think it is a dangerous thing. I heard Russell Brand talking about it, and I was like, that's kind of how I would like to explain myself, in that I don't care whether people get the vaccine or don't get it. It's your choice. Yes, I get you should be getting it, like, but the discrimination against people who haven't got it is where you go. That's when they start bringing in laws to say you need to have this or you can't do that. That can later become fuck you.
Sure, I think it should just be like, you know, intelligently encouraged.
Yeah.
You know, instead of shamed or whatever. It's like I heard someone talking about like flat earth or something, and this guy brings up this thing and he goes, so these are the amount of people that work in NASA, these are the amount of like fucking aero fucking engineers and physicists and all that work to do. And he goes, that's roughly, blah, he gets right up and he goes, so that's roughly like, you know, like fucking 700,000 people alone working in that industry. And he goes, do you think they're all working together to lie to you
Aye.
about the earth being fucking flat?
But does it matter how everybody? That's the one thing that I do think is really interesting, is that we're talking about COVID and people go flat Earth, and you go no. Just because I don't really fucking trust some of the cunts in charge doesn't mean I think they're trying to put 5G in a chip. And like,
I know, yeah.
But it's like everybody jumps straight on those things, and you're going, let's just have a wee discussion here about why we're still locked down. Like even those marches were happening all over the world were called Anti-Vax marches, and there was people from all walks of life going, can I get back to work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's a kind of.
So do you think there was people like vaxxed up in that march, just being like,
yeah,
was that a vaccine thing or was that just a lockdown?
It was a lockdown thing.
Yeah.
But it does make me kind of angry when the media call it an anti-vax thing, or like you listen to Stephen Nolan and all he's focusing on is the people that aren't vaccinated, and you go, this is now becoming a wee bit fucking strange because there's legit reasons for people not to get vaccinated. They might already have something wrong with them, or they're just a wee bit like, listen, this doesn't seem fucking like it's been properly tested. I'm already reading stuff about them having a third boost later in the year. So some people are just being like, can we just
if it's like the flu thing though, you would get it every year. You know, vulnerable people would get it every year.
Yeah.
If you've been vaxxed for this round, you know, it's like.
But then it's like if I don't know, and I don't understand it again. I'm like, if they can't tell the difference between a cold and a flu, what's the difference? Why can't they just give you a fucking flu vaccine and just go hope for the best?
Well, they do, because the flu kills you as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think
the flu didn't kill anybody last year. Neither did pneumonia. Didn't kill fucking nobody.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No one's out. No one's out.
I don't know.
It does happen, but like, the COVID thing has sort of like.
People are too afraid.
But it's made people more aware of like how easy it is to fucking go into your work one day and be like, I feel a bit rough today, and then you wipe fucking 10 of them out.
Yeah, but that's
people do. Like, Maury knows someone lost their husband who was in their 30s, died of the flu.
Yeah,
years ago. Like, but
it happens. But it's I don't know like a part of me sometimes like I've tried to do jokes about COVID. No one's ready to laugh at it yet, at all, because it's still too scary for most people. Part of me, after reading all the conspiracy theory stuff, is like, I'm like, if there's a cabal of cunts running the world, that's scary, and if there isn't, it's fucking terrifying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if this is the governments of the world trying their best and it hasn't worked, we are fucked. I nearly hope there's cunts and hoods being like, number 4.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Yeah, neither do I.
Because they don't need to trick anybody. Do you think North Korea tricks their fucking people into like being fucking oppressed? They just do it with power.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't be like, here's this genius master plan I've got to make everybody fucking follow suit here. You're like, bro, there's easier ways to do it.
Aye. But there's weird things happening here. Like, did you see that video of fucking...
Do a backflip!
Like, no, but James Corden and, was it Ariana Grande? Doing like a big Get Your Vaccine song. And I was like, if that came out of North Korea, you'd go, them cunts are mental. Mm-hmm. You know, there's, but again, you have to control it. Everyone needs to be fucking healthy and all that shit. I don't know. Giving away free burgers to fat cunts, though. You're like, mate.
They're not giving you like 100 quid or something too.
Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of stuff.
100 quid?
Free ice cream and fucking... I do think, though, the sentence, I'm double vaxxed, is the new as a vegan. Like, people absolutely love telling you, I'm double vaxxed.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't give a fuck.
As a double vaxxer. I'm double vaxxed. I still don't feel 100% comfortable out and about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're fucking got a force field. There's still people breaking through the curtains at Lavery's being like, man, that's not set. No, and you're like, get the fuck out of here.
Aye.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. I'm still fucking.
There's a girl at Lavery's the other day, come downstairs. She probably hates me forever now. Talking to the table there and walking down the stairs, and I was like, she goes, "Me, are you photos?" And I went, "Going home to my wife and child. Everyone's leaving. Me, Damo, everyone's leaving. We'll finish work. We're heading home.
We're going."
I was like, "Oh, fucking, you may be quick." And she goes, "I may be quick. You're a fucking diva, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yep." And she goes, "Well, fuck it then." I went, "Bye." Because I'm like, I'm not fucking
there. It's
sitting around like it's hanging out with people.
That fucking thing of, and that just annoys me
Also,
about
mirror
comedy in
you
general.
photos.
Aye.
Fuck off.
The fucking idea of, I've had people do this to me. Hey.
Exactly.
I get the fuck out of my face.
I hate that. You're like, you came to the gig and you don't go like, come to our table and hang out. No.
I give you a $5, therefore you do what I want.
It's done.
That's not how it works.
It's over. Like,
exactly.
I finished work. I'm going home.
No.
Not that I don't appreciate it, but it's like, I give it a fucking minute. Even like pre-lockdown. Like, and I can remember taking on this office and like standing here when there was nothing in here. Maureen rang up and she's like, I don't think you should be gigging at the minute. And I mean, like, this is like a Tuesday, and then like Wednesday, Thursday or something, whole place was shut down. And I had about 2 gigs left, and I rang Dave, and I was like, "Listen, I can't fucking do this gig. Just sorry for leaving it so late, but get someone else on." Cancelled another one. But fucking months before, on the like 6 months in the run up to that, because Maureen was getting treatment and all, she was like, would you stop taking photos of people like after gigs, because you don't know.
Yeah,
she's like, I have no immune system.
Yeah.
Even if it's a cold or a flu or anything gross, and you come back just from taking photos of people and shaking fucking 100 hands.
Aye.
So I wasn't doing that for months anyway, because anything would have fucked her up at that point.
Totally.
So I was kind of doing that, and then she was like, "Would you not do those gigs?" And I was like, "If it makes you feel a bit safer, okay." And all I see at that point was the fucking security guards fucking keeling over in China. I was like, all right. And then sure enough, 2 days later, no one's allowed out of the fucking house. Like,
it's fucking.
So that's why I get double vaxxed.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck.
Aye.
Throw it into me.
Yeah, I
don't give a shit.
A wee bit of me is like, I totally get that it works. I totally get that it's the safest thing. But I hate Boris Johnson so much. I'm like, fuck you. I'll get it when I want it. Like, I'm just doing it out of spite. But again, I'm not near anybody. I'm not like, you know, like if I'm doing stand up, I'm a good fucking 10 feet away. Like, it's not going to fucking get you. I'm living on my own and all that. So
yeah.
If I had to travel, if I had to get on a fucking plane, I'd be like, give me it.
Yeah. What is a vaccine passport?
See, you have to prove that you have. I don't know if it's supposed to be on a phone or if it's supposed to be you just show your wee fucking card with a number on it. But I haven't been anywhere where they're like, can I see your papers, please, sir?
Yeah.
So I don't know how it works. But I got sent a photo. Val and Mick sent me a photo of a toilet in Letterkenny in a bar they were gigging in that had an arrow for vaccinated and non-vaccinated toilets.
Where was that?
In Letterkenny.
Jesus.
So you're like, that's getting weird. It's, you know.
What if you walk up and you're like, "Hi, I'm non-binary, unvaxxed."
Aye, but I'm bossing for a shite.
Well, we're all been out the back.
You
can have a
like.
You can have a fucking front piece, whatever the fuck it is.
I think some of the laws coming in about it, it's far too fucking easy to start discriminating against people, and I'm not about that.
The problem is, no one has a fucking clue. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah, but I don't.
Because they'd have that, you know, that's the sort of place to be like vaccinated, non-vaccinated, and then past a certain time of night when everyone's had a pint, the place just looks like it did.
Aye,
fucking couple of years ago.
When I fucking in bar in Derry doing a gig the other night, and all socially distanced, and walked into the toilet and went, "It doesn't matter what you're vaccinated against, you're catching something out of here."
Well, exactly.
Fucking diphtheria.
Diphtheria. The DJ.
Aye, those cousin.
His cousin. Right, hold on a second. We'll get it. Do you want to do some questions? Do you? We've got fucking loads there now that we've solved all the problems of the world.
Everything's fixed.
Everything's fixed. Vaccinated. The fuck. What's your favourite dad joke? It's a good start.
Two wheels standing at a bar. First wheel goes ooh, ooh, oh, ooh. The second wheel goes, "Make a home, you're fucking steaming."
I don't remember jokes, but only because I heard one recently, and this is the worst joke of all time. This girl was like, she goes, "Why does the desert never get hungry?"
Don't know.
Because all of the sandwiches there.
Oh my god.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah, commit fucking harikori. What do you call it? Fucking kurosara. What do you call that fucking Japanese?
Kamakura.
You can't even want.
Cut your guts out.
What's it? I love jokes. Like I only seen it recently. I haven't even watched the whole series. But know the joke the guy tells Seinfeld in Curb?
Yeah, your cunt is in the sink.
One of the fucking...
And he goes, I had no idea that was going to be so revolting.
It's phenomenal. Such a good
Honey,
joke.
your cunt is in the sink. Have you seen that now?
No.
It's like,
Can you remember the joke?
Yeah, so basically this woman, it's the night before a wedding, she's nervous about the size of her opening.
That's the way he says
That's
it.
the way he thought.
She's concerned about the size of her opening.
So she's talking to her mum, and she's like, I'm worried about this. And her mum goes, well, do what I did the night before my wedding. Go down to the butcher and get a load of leftover liver and just stick it up there. So she does that. The wedding night comes, like 8-9 hours. Her and the husband are having the most amazing sex of all time. And she wakes up the next morning and he's not there. And there's a letter on the there's a letter on the pillow that says, "My dearest Harriet, the fact that we waited our entire relationship to consummate our love makes my heart skip so fast. I'm surprised I didn't wake you in the night. I've gone to work early so I can pay for all the things you deserve. A house with a picket fence, a dog, a car, and lovely kids. I love you so much. P.S. You're cunt's in the sink."
But because it's your man Marty Funkhauser, the voice is like so raspy, like,
P.S. Your cunt's in the sink.
P.S. your cunt is in the sink. And Seinfeld's just looking at him like,
Because it was the
I had
fact,
no idea that
the
was
fact
gonna
that
be
it's
so
like
revolting.
but it's like the real laugh. Like he fully
Yeah.
wasn't. He's like, "Ah!"
and it's hilarious because Larry, he goes, I got a joke for you. And Larry, like, it's obviously his mate talking to Seinfeld. He's like, no, like, fucking shut up. Fucking, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. And just tells him, like, the most horrific
That's
joke.
fantastic.
Curb is the best fucking thing. Oh, my God.
I need to, like, I think I've sat down and tried to watch, and I keep going, I'm going to watch one episode and leave it. And I end up 4 in, and I can't remember 3 of them because I've laughed that hard.
Yeah, it's,
You know?
I fully binged it when I was in uni.
Aye.
Like, I just fucking was glued to it all day.
Do you know what I watched the other day for the first time in 20 years? Hot Shots Part 2.
Amazing.
Fuck me, man.
That was my favourite film when I was younger. Like.
See the bit with the president's, like, because he's constantly got all these injuries. No, like,
Yeah.
because all the war wounds. I was like, oh, excuse me a second, I'm parched. He's doing like a speech. He goes, this isn't in my tongue, you know. Lost it in Korea. Probably uses some commie's doorstep. Got this from my basset hound. And then he goes... the bit where he's looking through binoculars, he goes, hey, you better take these. My eyes are ceramic.
I love the bit, and it's so stupid, but I think it's because I watched the 2 movies close together.
Aye.
Is it part 2 where they're doing the kickboxer thing?
The Rambo thing, yeah.
Like, or what is it? Rambo?
Yeah.
Where he's dipping his hands in the thing, and,
Yeah.
then, and then it's like gummy bears, and then like fucking...
And he goes... hundreds of thousands.
Oh, Jesus!
I always love the thing as well where they're like, that girl turns up to the monastery and he's like, oh, they haven't seen a woman in years. And then in the background, it's just all these Buddhist monks trying to show off to his girl.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy with a dog and a fucking ballerina costume and a dude ripping his robe up.
Why do they not make films like that anymore?
I have no idea, man. They're fucking
Because
hysterical.
you're just like... The joke rate is like fucking
Oh, Christ.
1 every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like bang, bang, bang. So good. Like, right. We'll move on. Mickey, do you ever just want to headbutt that COVID screen on stage at the Hatfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a nightmare. I couldn't deal with it at all.
It's very strange because you...
My low-level ADHD, I was like,
yeah. Especially like,
f-
they've got a new one, so they had tape around it so you could sort of ignore it.
yeah,
But now all you can see is like the haunted version of your own reflection.
yeah. See your own face.
Yeah, it's like you're in a music video and you've turned up to tell you you're about to die.
I hated it. Also, guys, if you're going to put a screen up, wash the screen.
Yeah, or have a screen big enough to stop everybody from getting germs on them, as opposed to
Yeah.
just 2 people right there.
Just a phone box.
Yeah.
You in a phone box. I had a fun time at the Hatfield.
It's a nice wee gig, man. It is. It's a good
Yeah.
laugh, like.
And I really like, you know, because it wasn't my gig and whatever, I felt very, very relaxed. Like, I
Yeah.
was just,
Just try stuff out.
I wasn't even worried about trying to be that funny,
Yeah,
which actually works in your favour.
yeah. Especially in that room because it's a small, pokey room, so there's no point bringing like a full fucking show.
Yeah.
You might as well just be, you know. I love it.
But yeah, I got some good work done in there, extended a few bits, did my wheelchair bit in there.
Amazing. I'm jealous of that bit.
It's a good bit.
Intensely jealous of it.
Have you ever dabbled in a website, Fab Swingers?
No, I haven't. No. Is that the one though where it's just lollipops hanging off a roof?
That's funny.
Thank you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What's your favourite bit of each other's comedy, not anatomy?
Favorite bit of your... I think that wheelchair bit's become my new Geddis favourite. Like,
Geddis favourite. I can't even remember my own bits, let alone other people's bits. I mean, I always just enjoy your fucking, is it real, is it not real stories. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, I took coke with a fucking Sultan of Brunei, and I'm like, well, we'll see how much of this is dusted.
He wasn't the Sultan. He just knew him. Like,
do you know what I mean? That bit was fucking not so.
I always loved. There was one time you did it, and you only did it once. You were talking about like going to Catholic people's houses, and there's just pictures of Jesus everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And
I
you're
did that thousands of times.
No, but there was one night you went, you're sitting taking a shit, and there's Jesus holding somebody's heart, and then you just mind Jesus putting his hair behind his ear, and I fucking I remember like seeing you doing it and turning to someone going, did he just put Jesus' hair behind his ear? And the guy went, aye, and my legs went, like I was just fucking, ah!
But the Jesus picture is always slightly judgy, like
Aye.
like that. It's not like all holy. It's sort of like maybe
Wanking, are you?
Maybe you'll get in. We'll see.
But it was just that. It fucking killed me. That and one of your earliest bits about the difference when the fucking robot with a big dick, and you can hear the difference of it going in and out of her body. Fucking belter.
I swear to God, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I haven't changed how I do comedy
From the start?
since I started.
Yeah,
it.
neither have I.
Like the way I write the jokes or whatever. Maybe you get better at selecting what you know is going to work,
Aye.
or whatever. But I don't think the writing's got better at all.
Aye.
It's still
I'm
disgusting.
the same, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Mine's still, wait till you hear how I nearly died.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you played a clip of yours from fucking 8 years ago, it still just sounds more or less like
Yeah.
you're just wearing a waistcoat. You know what I mean? But it doesn't sound dramatically different.
Yeah,
I would say there's a few people where you would listen to them and go like, oh, they really figured out
their voice and all that sort of carry on.
at a certain point.
Aye.
But then maybe that depends. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say it depends what age you start. Like, but
Yeah.
don't know.
I had,
Like Johnny Bowe was on last week.
yeah.
Did he always do one-liners? I can't remember. Or was he? Did
See,
he
to be
just
honest,
at one point decide
I
like?
honestly don't think I'd seen Johnny Bowe until, he came and did 5 at the Hatfield.
Right. Me
I
neither.
don't
hadn't
think
seen
I'd
him.
ever actually seen him.
Or I didn't even know if he was doing it anymore.
Aye.
But I can't remember if he always did one-liners, or he was trying to do
Aye.
bits at one point.
Some of his jokes are sublime.
Sublime.
Yeah.
Totally. So it's easy to get jealous in comedy when
Oh.
you see something that's different to yours.
Yeah. It took me a really long time to get into a nice mental place where I go, oh, I just can't do that. Do you know, like I've seen some like McCartney, I'm like, I can't fucking...
Yeah. But again, people like McCartney, Chris Kent, people who really fucking, bring you down and take you along the
No.
journey, and you're like in their style of comedy. I watch that and I go, fuck's sake, how do I do more stuff like that? And you're like, well, I don't.
Aye. You just have
Me
to
and you
get-
do the same like turret gun at the
Yeah.
side of a fucking helicopter.
Aye.
Like, take it all!
Who's next?
Nah,
Yeah.
you fuck. There's no like...
It's like this for an hour. Nothing changes.
Yeah. Put the foot down, put a brick
Aye.
on it, I'll see you in an hour.
I'll be at the back smoking.
Yeah, but like... Yeah, even people with really good jokes, you're like, shit, should I be writing more jokes?
Yeah.
You start doing that all the
McCartney's
time.
new bit about how fucking poached eggs are better than sex is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And again, you're going, how do you do that?
Lockdown will do that to you.
Yeah.
I know, but it's just not...
I still firmly
Not your
believe
thing.
Paddy McGackie is the best stand-up comedian ever come out of this country.
I mean, the guy is like... The thing with him is like, he will just go like, joke, good, it's decent, funny, we're all having a laugh. One of the best bits you've ever heard in your life, but I think he did it like by accident.
Aye.
And then good. But like, it's just like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't know. You fucking...
I always talk about the night he did a whole bit about having mental health issues. And it's all about, I get free in the pool because of the mental health. And I thought I was allowed to bring somebody with me, so I went down to the pool and just said, listen, can I bring the uncle in with me because I have the mental health? And it goes on this massive fucking thing for ages. And then he goes, well, that's good because the uncle's a big pile of sandwiches. And then that was it. So he takes in this whole story, and it turns out he's just brought sandwiches because he's genuinely fucking mental.
I can remember doing. I think I jumped in last minute to do like MC or something at the Aragle.
Aye.
Aragle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Colin Murphy was on as well. So was Magaki, and he did that turf war joke.
Aye.
There's turf war involved. We're selling up for this, and Murph near just went like. And like nearly just got up and walked home. He was just like fucking killing himself laughing. He's just like, fuck him.
Aye.
Fuck
He's
you.
fucking great. He's so good, man.
I know.
I have the one as well about like
He's literally like, and it's not an insult, like if Father Dougal was
Aye.
like real and doing jokes, and you're like, doesn't really know which ones are the genius ones, but
Aye.
there's like genius ones in there.
his fucking joke about I don't want to ruin it, but like when you're watching like American movies and they're at first base, second base, third base, and he's like, we should do that with our national sports. He's like, imagine me getting some big doll Mark McCloy one night and she goes, here now Paddy, you're in the 45. You're not scoring from there. Fucking belter.
Exercise good for you. Releases dolphins.
Laughter releases dolphins. The night he used to get up and he would go, the atomic number of zinc is 12. Tough crowd. And then one night we were in the pavilion. He went, I'm going to try some new stuff tonight. The atomic number of sodium. And I, like, again, nobody laughed. I kicked the table over, like fucking drinks everywhere.
Isn't it so funny? It's so funny that like, yeah, that's what a comedian is when people talk about that. Where you're like, it's so, you're like, I would never ever land on that as a bit. But he has done it.
He's
and you guys are just going, what? Talk more about Tinder.
Yeah. Stay Catholic, quick. Catholics.
Funny guy. Always has a plastic bag with him. Looks mental. How's Micky doing his rational fear of escape room guy? We're talking about that. Watching the Olympics excites me. Which Olympic sport excites Micky? Female weightlifting. I was like, at the start I was like, man, it's a bit unfair that this trans person gets to, compete against these cisgender women who don't have the advantage physically. And then I seen the other people competing and I went, oh, they do have the advantage.
Aye. Because the trans, she was kicked in the first round, wasn't she? Like, didn't even
do well.
Aye.
Yeah, because, fucking Yokozuna was lifting weights.
Aye.
The women lift, you were like, she slides in the mix.
Aye.
She gets lost in the shuffle with these fucking
animals.
Behemoths.
Fucking right.
The girl was, I don't know what, was it like, what one's that? Or clean and press. What is it? Clean and jerk
yeah. I don't know why I wanted to say
clean and
the clutch.
Press or what
The
is
snatch.
No, snatch is right above.
Right.
She did the fucking with 165 kilos or something. I was like, bro, I would not get that off the floor in a deadlift.
Right.
A bench.
That's fucking huge, like.
Don't worry about it. But they're fucking animals, these women, like. Tanks.
I haven't seen. I always want to like watch the taekwondo, and then I'm like, what the fuck is that? But the BMX from the bits I've seen, I go, that's calming enough to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Just watching them fucking.
I wish I wasn't so big and heavy because I love BMXs as a product.
Yeah.
I'd love the.
Oh yeah, I never had one as a kid. I always got mountain bikes. I was like, what? There's no mountains here.
Yeah, but also you don't feel the immediate rip on a mountain bike like you do on a BMX because there's only one gear. So you're like, fuck you.
Aye.
But it just disappears up into my hole. When I sit down, just stops dead. But I love them. Like I'd fucking, if I fit on one, I would own fucking 20 of them.
Aye, they're class.
And then I mentioned that, and then someone tagged me, this dude who's like a photographer for like No Jumper podcast or something, and he's a fucking big guy, and they're like, if he can do it, you can fucking do it.
Just believe.
But I'm sure the dude's snapping pedals off, fucking left, right, and centre. Ping. Right, this dude's sending more videos from E-Fucked. Worst male orgasms. Do you want to watch that?
Yeah.
No doubt it's a bunch of... Are you on a time pressure?
Grant.
Or have you time for...
Time to watch worst male orgasms, 100%.
This guy...
I take these sunnies off for this.
Imagine it's just a load of dudes busting hard, is it? What the fuck is this?
Yeah. No. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's not funny. Oh,
It doesn't hurt, bro.
He was reacting like a skid mark on his t-shirt.
fake fanny, real dick. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Can I just say that this wasn't half as funny as I thought it was going to be?
He sounds like he's going to call a Pokemon out of his cock. Fuck me. I can't be a real load.
Of course it's not. They can't be real tits. Here, did she just turn into someone from like Carrie?
You dirty bastard.
With here, doesn't it? This guy's shooting ribbons everywhere. Oh, yes, right. Oh, a bit of transaction. Here, Wes Borland's not doing too well from Limp Bizkit there.
Tell you what, bit weird to go from Japanese to Godzilla scream.
It's editing, man. This guy is ruining that IKEA fucking carpet.
Emo tip. We're 34.
Chewbacca getting his sucked up.
Punch it, Chewie.
Does look cherry, to be fair. Oh, this guy's getting the taint slapped off him. How do people discover they get into that?
1780, love.
Keep a change.
Is he bucking a bed?
That's not a real puppet. You can see the strings.
Hebert.
Oh, that's her dick?
I mean, that's fine.
That's her dick? That took me a minute to figure that out. Oh, there's me getting a hand job.
Is that a wee softy one too?
Oh, make it real on me.
Oh my god! Oh, that was fucking. Oh, that was fucking good.
45% of men have prostate problems.
I'm sorry. Oh, I get all of you fucking.
I love seeing Jordan Robinson's wee belly.
How long is it? What are we doing? The fuck?
Hey, Oscar, you're a grouch. Oh, God, damn. Finish him.
This looks like a fight.
Okay, I'm
That was his 1 rep max on wanking.
You okay?
I mean, is it the first time he busted a nut in like fucking 15 years or what? Why do you sound like that?
I mean, I've never not just been like, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Jesus.
I come the way I finish a gig. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me.
I've been Micky Bartlett.
Keep supporting live comedy.
Round of applause for your box top.
There's a bucket down the back if you want to leave a favour in it.
Yeah.
I was.
I always think I'm like too concentrated to make that much noise. It's a bit like crying, you know, like if you hurt yourself. If you really,
Aye.
really, really hurt yourself, you don't cry. You
Aye.
just go.
Aye.
It's like you should be focused. You should just be like.
Aye. Legati.
Can you do that? And fuck up. Dance.
The fucking says he.
Violin
I'm
next.
sweating.
What record?
Jesus.
What record do you think you could smash? What world record do you think you could smash?
I don't know.
Most sweet corns eaten with a toothpick in a minute. That's a legit thing.
Is it?
Yeah, you can.
I've been watching. What do you? There's some dude. Is it fucking beard versus meat or something like that on YouTube? Have you seen him? Who does like just eating challenges?
Yeah,
But insane ones.
yeah, yeah.
There's a few of those I've looked at. Like I'm
And
going.
somehow he's in like really good nick.
Yeah. I
His girlfriend's not in good nick,
He
and
must-
she just eats garlic bread all the time.
Yeah. He must purge.
He actually explained something about that, like how he deals with it. Or no, sorry, it wasn't him. It was a girl who's a competitive eater, and she's like looks like a bodybuilder.
Right.
She's fucking ripped, and she was like explaining how she can eat so much, but essentially the trick is you eat, and then you don't eat for fucking like 24 hours either side of it.
Aye. You have to, yeah.
But then there's some things you're just like, of course you're barfing it up. Like,
Aye.
there's no eating challenge.
I reckon I could do a world record on like a curry fried rice sort of challenge.
Just like
Hungover as fuck, I could just rattle.
no work to it.
Yeah.
You see, it's amazing how we immediately went to like world records.
Yeah,
in
we're not doing
in-
fitness
in
stuff, like-
eating.
yeah.
You know what I mean? What could I do? I don't know.
I wonder how many pints you could take in it. No.
Nah, someone will beat you. Like,
Yeah. I think that'll be it. Or maybe I could just do that all day.
on an 8. That's your
Like, is there a
tit,
record of like how long can you just make
tit-
your tit stand for?
your tit kegels.
Yeah.
Name of the podcast? Tit.
Tit Kegel's actually a girl I went to school with.
Passed away, unfortunately.
She only had the one. From the background actor. Inbred. Oh, terrible day for the parish.
Tit kegels. How's Micky's rash?
All gone, thank you very much. Thanks to modern medicine.
Fantastic. Any more live shows coming up for the days? Yes, I will be in Voodoo this Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. That's the 5th, 6th, and 8th.
I will be in the Ulster Hall on the 3rd, the 10th, and the 11th of September.
3rd to the 11th? Film?
Theatre, mate.
Fuck's sake, do you ought to see him?
Aye. Next year, maybe see how it goes.
Do you ought to see him?
See
Fuck
how,
up.
see how we're going on, I mean.
You do that!
Fuck up, Ben.
If you and Mick don't watch porn together, you'll be needing a wee word with yourselves. That one's called Are You Sure You're 18? So we will not
Yeah,
watch
we'll not do that one.
Best wedding song to get you on the dance floor?
Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
I fuck any of those songs, like I fucking hate them.
Aye, but I
was talking to, shout out to Riggsy, is doing Maureen's sister's wedding. And I was talking to him and he's like, just make a list of absolutely play this
Aye.
and a list of absolutely don't play this.
deadly.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Tranny in the women's Olympic weightlifting discuss. You can't fucking say tranny, you fucking cunt. I kind of don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, the quicker they just get another division. I mean, I know everybody's going like, they are real women, and you're like, yes, in every other walk of life except physical sport.
Aye.
Just have the Paralympics style thing where there's just divisions.
Yeah.
Loads of divisions. Because if they're literally, if you're like, right, trans women are real women, then there will be no regular women in the competition. Because eventually it'll just fill up with people who were like born a male and transitioned over.
Yeah.
And then it'll
once
be
again,
the
men
men's
sweep the medal.
the men's division versus the used to be the men's division.
Aye.
There needs to just be more divisions and like literally stop arguing about it now and just fucking sort it out. But yeah, it is women's weightlifting, so struggling to give a fuck. Weightlifting in general,
Badminton, could that be? Could you be men and women versus? Well, there's mixed doubles and tennis and shit like that, isn't there?
putting the cock in shuttlecock.
Aye. Putting the cock on the pants and then playing badminton.
Oh.
That wasn't sketchy.
Right, here we go. Legit, any tips or advice for getting into comedy? Antrim man living in Luton and sick to the back teeth of people telling me I need to try it. Oh, must be a nightmare, mate. You're fucking hilarious.
See you. Casual Fridays.
Ways to start and how did you boys get started? Cheers for yourselves with the pods help during the past 18 months. I'm sick to death of people. They're like, you're too funny to be walking the streets alone.
I know. You just have to start. That's like all you can do is just go to an open mic and get up, die in your hole.
I mean, it's
and if you like it, get back up and die in your hole again.
Like, it's one of them things. I heard someone else talking about this. They were like, if you could go back and do it all again, would you do it? And you're like, no, no way. Like,
oh no,
like how fucking a bottomless pit is it? You know, like it's just like trying to snowball experience. You know what I mean? You start with like a wee and it's like, right, you literally, there isn't really like a clear path of progression.
Yeah.
It's literally just try and do it at open mics as much as you can and keep writing and just keep doing that till another thing happens and another thing happens because it's just you'll just be there for
it takes a really long time for you to get paid and then expect to be paid. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you get paid by accident or
I deal with that with people in Lavery's. I'm like, give me your bank details and they're like, am I getting paid
money
for
for this? Yeah.
People who've gigged there regularly.
Aye.
But that's the sort of attitude to have, I think, is like...
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think...
There's people, I mean, there've been people here, they're like, right, I've done my open spot, so...
Yeah.
Can I headline twice a year?
Yeah, I know, I've had people like do support slots for me and stuff that have not done the time they were asked to do. And then go, how much is it? And I'm like, oh, it's this much. And they go, I was expecting more. And you go, were you?
Who said that to you?
I'm not going to, I'll tell you afterwards.
Someone said to you, I was expecting
I had
more.
somebody walk up to me after a gig not so long ago and go, I thought you were going to be shite, but you're actually very good. And it was a comic, like on an open spot.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I gotta know.
Yeah, we'll tell you after.
See, to be honest, like, I would just expect to not be able to do it professionally until you can draw your own crowd.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
Especially because I don't think, like, comedy clubs and stuff, I don't know if they're, until fucking COVID's completely, or the lockdowns are all over, a lot of clubs have to lessen their capacity, so there isn't enough, there literally won't be enough money to be a club comic and survive. So it is, they won't last that long. I don't think comedy clubs are going to last too much longer. So you'd have to, you
could sort of see, like, especially...
Which is shit, because you can be famous on TikTok and not know how to talk in front of people.
Yeah, but at a certain point, it's like, can you get... I mean, you see it with, like, the Comedy Store and stuff. Even watching it online, you're like, if you're famous, it's almost like if you can bring people there.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. Goes further than, like, you being actually hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that was...
unknown.
Yeah. Was that one of the things that Bert Kreischer and Aisling B got stuck into in that podcast years ago?
I couldn't even listen to it.
Yeah. I'll never finish it, but it was
what
something...
happened?
I think it was something along the lines of... Aisling was trying to argue there should be more women at the store, and Bert was going, but we literally bring the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, there's no... He was trying to say there's no female comics famous enough in LA to fill it the way...
And there is.
Yeah, but no, but I think...
I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but I think his argument was you couldn't fill it, which is why you're not headlining.
Exactly. Tell that to Ali Wong and fucking Whitney and Annie Letterman and all those ones who are like...
Isla Scherzel.
Eliza, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Nikki Glazer.
Yeah. Fucking wood.
Fucking wood Glazer, alright, let me tell you. Fuck shit. Which is most important over jokes.
Yes, of course.
All of the aforementioned would...
More than welcome at my comedy night.
Red. And there's a common theme there.
Uh-huh.
They're all funny.
Yes.
Imagine. So yeah, just if you really want, he's going into it reluctantly. He's like, my mates are pushing me into this.
Even if you're
Are these the
reluctant
worst
to do
glasses
it, don't
you've
do
ever
it then. Nah, them other ones you had were
Pretty bad.
yeah.
These are kind of more tacky now.
You're like a white Devon Dudley
Nice.
or Bubba Ray, whichever was the black one.
This guy fucking get the table. Okay. Yeah, man, you just gotta be getting into it and just not lifting your head for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Be prepared to be very sad.
and then even when you do get good, you expect it all to be good, and it's never all good.
Yeah.
And you're still sad.
And then somebody goes, "Here, you photo."
Mirror you pictures.
Yeah.
And you say no, I would rather not, and then they say you're a fucking cunt.
Aye. Show business.
Joe Biz. Have you seen Brad Pitt speaking like a Jamaican in the movie Meet Joe Black? I'm not even gonna play that because we'll have to do a second pass through this podcast and take out all the fucking clips. Can we play the audio now? Yeah, just don't bother putting up the vid. Maybe keep the camera on Mick. Keep the camera on Mick. Thank you. Worst male orgasm. Huh? What happened there?
Just hypnotizing now.
Okay, it's not coming up. That was like a weird link. Anyway. Would any of you take a crack at just pure crowd interaction on stage the way Andrew Schultz does it? That's not the way he does it.
Have you seen him live? Have you?
No, but like what you
I thought you might have seen him.
what you see is crowd work.
Aye,
because
it's not gonna be the whole fucking
because it's
hour.
like expandable. You can put it up every gig. You could have crowd work,
Yeah.
but he's not doing. He did a crowd work special, different thing, where he's just working off the crowd. But you don't. What does it say? I'm sure it's not just an Andrew Schultz thing, but he's all over my YouTube recommendations, and I find him mildly funny at best. Well, it's just a bit of stuff to put up.
Yeah.
Paul Smith does it as well.
Yeah, it's handy. Like,
It's a funny thing, crowd work, because
sometimes you shit.
but you know what I mean. Like if it's done well, people are like, that guy is
Aye.
fucking hilarious, and you're like, yeah, but if there's comedians watching from the side going like, is he gonna do anything?
Aye.
Is he gonna
There's
do
also-
any bits here?
Sometimes crowd work's a pain in the ass because you could say like talk to someone and they're an absolute brick of a human being,
Yeah,
and you're now standing there with like,
where'd that go?
I have nothing to get out of this. You're the most boring person I've ever met in my life.
Were you at Lavery's last Thursday? Yeah.
No.
There's a dude there, American guy, and I was like, oh, well, you know, you're not from here. They're chatting away. There's like, what are you doing? And the whole table laughed, and I was like, okay. And he goes, I sell a product, and I was like, what is it? Shout out to that alarm, and then he goes, oh, it's the gummy something, and I went, what is it? Like a fucking blowjob machine? He goes, kinda, and I was like, seriously? And he's like, yeah. And then it went down this whole fucking thing, and I was like, well, what is it? And he was kind of like a doll thing and whatever, a prostate. And I was like, is it just like a face that you fuck? And he's like, kind of. And then it was really funny.
Aye.
Really funny interaction. And then he was basically like, oh no, it's just like a piece of medical equipment that like trains you how to do operations to the nose and throat. And I was like, oh, you
Aye.
fucking,
There's nothing. Yeah.
you fucking, this was about to get hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I had to just be like, oh, it is a piece of real medical
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Here's your first act. Like, it was so fucking.
There's nothing.
Niall was there last week. How dead was that crowd? Bro.
I was there the week before, and
Work!
it was one of those. Yeah. It was
Everybody came off.
like,
Just
you're
like sweating.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's been straight. I've noticed that even though just being back, there's a lot of gigs I've done where it's like the start, you're going, this is going to be fucking lethal. And you get to a certain point, and either they don't have the attention span, or I forgot how to do stand up, or both.
But there's nights when you can go like, okay, that's a weird crowd.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you coming out too, but it's like, whatever the scenario, the setup, maybe the crowd feels a bit exposed because they're spaced out and it's a bit more well lit. But there's no fucking way you, McCartney, like Geordie and me can come off and all be going, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
at that point, you're like, someone would have fucking landed something.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's just, I don't know if it's just, again, if it's just because they're spaced out, does the laugh just disappear between people? But that night, they'd finished clapping before you got to the mic, and it wasn't a long walk.
yeah.
I remember, I've told you this loads of times, the weirdest one I ever had was like me, Mark Nelson, Gavin Webster, and Larry Dean.
4 cunts.
2 nights in
Don't
a
know.
row sitting in a hotel bar going, what the fuck? Like, everybody, just one by one, ate shit, 2 nights in a fucking row.
Yeah.
Could
Crazy.
not figure it out.
And all those people are hilarious.
Yeah. On paper, you're going, that's one of the best lineups you've ever seen.
Yeah. Just don't know.
At a bag of dicks.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible crowd.
Larry didn't mind, like. He's gay.
He's whole thing. What have you done to get out of creative rut? You just work anyway.
Yeah.
You just do this.
Just headbutt through it. Like, there's nothing worse.
Yeah. You just fucking. What was that like a fucking Jack White quote or something? And he was like, "You just get up and go to work like you would any other job."
Just have a bad day. Throw shit at the wall, some of it sticks to the fan. Well,
Exactly. Does Niall Watch listen to the pod when he isn't there, or is he? Is it like when you leave work on holidays and you couldn't give a fuck if the place burns down? I'd say number 2. But why would you listen to it twice?
Yeah.
But like top one, like, yeah, like technically you're gonna sit through it and fucking.
Well, yeah, I listened to it. I do listen to it twice.
Yeah, he's not gonna be
Alright.
fucking in the kitchen making eggs.
speaking of number 2s, he's going to talk wee bit if I go for a pitch.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll roll through. I'll do some more questions.
Happy days.
We're at an hour and 30, like, so
Talk amongst yourself.
I'll just diabetic. Yeah, Mickey's piss tolerance is low. Guy needs to piss right away, always. What breed of dog do the NI comedians look like? James McKegney looks like a bulldog. Let me tell you something. Everyone looks like a fucking bulldog. Shout out James McKegney. I seen him in the car today, and I went beep beep, yes lad, and he went out of the smallest car I've ever seen. Not slagging him, but you know his car could have driven up and got in the back of my car. Did you see a sketch this week?
The Joe Rogan one?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Check out. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah.
Let's bring it up. It's probably on Instagram, bitch. James McKegnings. It's funny. Go bigger, you fuck. Okay. For the audio listeners, he's basically getting texts from Joe Rogan. Have you seen this McKegney
No.
sketch? He's
Oh, yeah,
he's
I've seen
getting
it, it's great.
text from Joe Rogan, like, "Do you want to go hunting? Hello, you freak bitch. Are you there?" So then he hangs up on.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
So he gets a call from Rogan, hangs up, goes to relax in the bath, and then he cuts it in with the footage of Joe Rogan in the ice bath.
It's fucking well done, that.
It's brilliant. So it looks like Joe Rogan's getting in the bath in front of him. Joe Rogan's nips, man. Intensity. Oh, boy. There's just a bag of dicks.
Have you ever done an ice bath?
Huh?
Have you ever done an ice bath? No.
Not an ice bath, no.
No. Did you do any of that fucking cold water shit when it was hot during the winter? No.
I've been in the sea, like, when it was
Aye.
freezing.
Oh, yes.
I've had many a cold shower.
Oh.
I would try an ice bath. Not for 20 minutes, I would die. Those nips, bro.
That's my testicles, mid.
McKegney has a very intense patch of hair on his tits.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect circle.
That's exactly what I would like on mine.
Yeah.
Are you breathing like that? It's like 38 degrees in here.
Dying, like. So the video is basically him staring at Joe Rogan, just going. Fucking Rogan's dying there, like.
Count it.
Got
Didn't
it.
count it. I don't want to try an EMT, I'm sorry. I don't want to do it, I've got it.
And it just ends, but it's funny.
I love the one he did on Instagram.
The cum one?
Fuck
oh
me.
Oh my god. That's brilliant. Like, what was it saying?
It's
Like,
first day at the brothel.
First day at the brothel.
It's like, hey guys, just want to let you know if you need, and then somebody just comes to his face.
If you
like,
need any towels
thanks.
or anything, and then just big load hits him in the face.
Okay, I'll chat to you later, bye.
So funny. He's got a funny voice. Let me see. How many more questions have we got here? Let's get out of fucking on. If you're about to get in a fight, what song comes on as your soundtrack?
Fuck, I don't know. Never really been in a fight. Awful jovial man.
Having recently moved to Lurgan, could Micky recommend the best chippies, bars, restaurants?
Yeah, the courthouse is class. Class food, yeah, it's really nice food.
All right, there you go. I always like
Best bar, Woodville, class Guinness.
I just associate it with
That Chinese or that pizza place gives you shits.
no, the courthouse just with drunken stand-up gigs that were terrible.
Oh, it's all been done up.
Good.
So it's more of a sort of a bistro kind of situation going on now. The grub's lovely.
Tell Micky he's a wee pussy who got afraid of the dark and he needs to cut down on the owl wanking. The owl wanking. Don't write owl as in the
I've
animal.
never wanked an owl, like.
Fuck's sake, Sean, what are you
Where
talking
do you even
about?
find it? How are you going to wank an owl? I can turn its head around and look at you.
Shut your life out.
Fucking ways up.
What was it like supporting Patrick Keelty? Any funny backstage stories? Definitely not, probably,
Yeah.
considering the time I seen you were talking about insoles for your shoes.
Yeah.
The
only time when Kat Deedy rocked up, I was like, she was a lot of crack.
Yeah.
Apart from Matt, nah, I was kind of on my own clothes.
Yeah.
The only funny thing was that the very last show, the second time I supported him, he radioed the tech guy and told me not to do my closer
Why?
because it was better than his.
What was yours? Wanking the one?
No, it was about Oscar Pistorius.
Wanking.
So yeah, he'd won Oscar Pistorius joke, and my closer was about like. I think the joke was. It was something along the lines of if you wake up in the middle of the night and your girlfriend's not there, do you go or would you go Riva? Are you talking a shot? And then have a whole thing about the judge should have just told him to fuck up. So the judge was like, fuck up. And then I think I go, yeah, the word fuck up should be used a lot more because like saved a lot of things. Like
The Hitler
and the Nuremberg rallies.
I remember that bit.
Here, fuck up. Fuck up. And then it was like, yeah, fucking like, I did not have sexual relations with that. Fuck up. And then finally, I was never involved in any paramilitary acting. Fuck up.
Yeah, that would
Bye.
murder. That would murder the Keelty
Standing
gig.
ovation. Fucking here, next up, some rich cunt. Have a good time.
It is funny when you see someone like Keelty and, you know, when you're like a younger comedian, your tendency is to be like, oh, that guy just fucking couldn't handle the heat in the kitchen, man. Just had to fucking
he's
give
rather
up
better
and
of
all
it.
fucking asshole. See, as soon as you were like, what the fuck am I going to Ballymena for? To do
Aye.
a gig? I'd be like, I live in LA, suck my dick.
Aye.
See you later. I'm loaded. I'll be out of here.
It's a weird thing. When I remember, like, it was the same thing. It's just as you were saying, when I gigging with him, you're going, fuck, you need to be back in clubs. Because I was getting weirded out by the level of clean TV stuff he was doing. But then you forget the audience don't give a fuck either. They're just glad to see him.
Exactly, and that goes a long way when
Yeah.
you're going to a live thing. Also, I don't see any fucking shame at all in someone just going like, nah, I've gigged for fucking 20 years, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Because
the thing
I'm at the point now, and I'm not a big comedian, where I'm like, I don't want to go to these places.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it. I'll do the highlight reel type shit where
Yeah.
I'm like, send me to Glasgow, send me to fucking London, you know, do all that shit. They're really good gigs. But the real like road dog tour type things,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing what you're doing, which is like able to gig in the UK and clubs and all that shit.
I still weirdly like. I still like doing like fucking car crash gigs. Like I do enjoy getting like looking at a room and going, "This is not doable," and then trying anyway.
Not me,
But
Claire.
I'm at a point where I'm going, but only for this amount of money. Like
Yeah.
not for free, not by choice.
Yeah. Why are the well-paid gigs always the shite ones? You know, why are they always like,
Aye.
you're gonna eat shit here at this corporate, but I'm gonna give you $2.5 grand.
Because that's the only reason you'll do it.
Yeah, mad.
'Cause it's the amount of times that people want to put a gig on for a corporate or a wedding or something like that. that nobody, like, you can't force people to watch stand-up. You can put a band on, people can ignore it, but people have to watch it. So you have to, as a comedian, go, 200 people are going to think I'm shit, because for some reason that's just how it works. I didn't watch them, so you must be shit. And for that reputation to get out, you have to pay me £2,500.
Yeah. We were at our Christmas dinner there. I was drinking since 11, and he was shit.
You shit. Yeah.
But I think they always get it wrong. Where like, they should be like, "Do you want to do a set here?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's going to be 20 minutes max."
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they always do that.
Do an hour. No.
They always do like, "Oh, there's 90-minute gap there between our fucking main and the dessert coming out.
Aye.
Do you want to talk in that gap?"
Yeah. Oh, it's like 100%. The times people have asked me to do an hour at a wedding, and I go, well, if I do an hour at the Ulster Hall, that's X amount of money. So can you pay me that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You pay a plumber by the minute, pay a comedian the same. Well, not really, because like that's 50 quid. You don't want that. But yeah, I think people don't get. I don't think people understand how important the audience is to a gig working.
Yeah. 50%.
Yeah. 80.
90.
Fucking 100. 110. Fucking.
Last question: has Micky stopped skipping, or why is his titty still big? Text back.
Titties are still big because every time I fuck your ma, she massages them and makes them bigger. I know, edit that out. Titties still. I've just got big tits.
Of all the shit we've watched, you're like, edit that one.
Let me have a zinger. I've always had big tits.
Too
since
many.
I was like 10.
Too many fucking zingers.
Exactly. Just chest. There's muscle underneath. Like they are. I've just got big old norks.
Big tits.
Big juicy fucking sloppy milkers.
I feel you. Right, we have talked for 1 hour 41 minutes.
I need to go and do a fucking
Niles.
an all podcasting.
Where?
My house doing a Zoom one.
Who with?
Fuck, I'm not telling you. Fraser up.
That fucking guy.
That fucking guy.
Never done podcast.
Oh Jesus.
Is Fraser Robb.
And I do the half reason end as well. Fuck with that.
Fuck's sake.
Never quits.
What's his podcast called?
It's like 3 questions. I think it's like fun concept. He's bought some massive book filled with questions and tells you to pick 3 of them and then you dance them. Or something. I don't know, I was drunk when I said I'd do it.
My God.
My God.
At least he's put work into it. We just fucking watched.
Exactly. Boring. Fucking like.
Literally dudes coming.
Yeah, talked about shit. The usual stuff.
Niall had a good laugh at the dog shit and he enjoyed it.
That was very funny. Very, very funny.
Right. Well, get the fuck out of here. Cheers for coming on, Meg.
Thanks for having me.
Flow CBD is our third and final sponsor. Use the code General Flow to get money.
Get money.
Banter Flow. General Flow. Do you know what? Fucking who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fucking...
Use General Flow. Get all the money off. Sell hundreds of them.
Pretty sure General Flow is the guy who started the Vietnam War, wasn't he?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Flow Chi Minh.
Flow Chi Minh. Oh, that's me tired.
Oh, I have to go smoke fags.
Right. See you later, guys. All the best now.
Will you fuck up,
See you later.